Hello Marconi members and welcome to our first ever online Try Something Tuesday class. So glad that you found this video and we're happy to still be doing programming with you. So one quick announcement before we get started. This upcoming Monday, May 25th, is Memorial Day. So if you normally receive your meal deliveries or pick up food on Mondays, you're going to come instead on Tuesday, same time, same place. All the details are exactly the same except on Tuesday. Second quick housekeeping thing. While you're watching this video, I'm going to be going through step by step how to make our project for today. If at any point I'm going too fast, the great thing about video is that you can pause me. So pause me when you need to get supplies, pause me when you're feeling tired, pause me when you're frustrated and need to go get a new piece of paper. Feel free to pause. A quick shortcut for doing that so you don't have to fiddle around with your mouse too much is just click your space bar and that'll pause the video. So that's a easy tip to keep up with me as I'm going along. I'll try not to go too fast so that you don't have to keep pausing, but feel free to use that space bar. What is today's project? Today's project, we're going to be doing some flower doodles. So I figure it's springtime. I've been going out on walks with my mask, trying to stay safe and enjoy some sunshine, and there's lots of beautiful flowers out. So what we're going to do is 6 different flower designs. They're really simple. So if you're an artist, you can jazz them up a little bit. You can color them in later, however you want to do it. And what I'm going to do with my wildflowers is turn them into a postcard, maybe write a note to a friend. So the design that I made up looks something kind of like this. Oops, see if I can get on the camera. So it's just a couple different flowers. This is a little of all of them, and then I put a little high there. So I'll turn that into a postcard later. You can also choose just one of the flower designs. This is the dandelion that we're going to work on, and I used all dandelions for this one. So that is what we're going to get into. So go ahead and take a moment now to pause me, use that space bar if you'd like, and grab a piece of paper. You can grab a pencil if you want to do some practice ones first, or you can grab a thin marker is what I prefer to use, or even just a regular old pen. So grab your supplies and then come on back. So for our first flower, we're going to do this one. I think it looks a lot like a Blackeyed Susan. So all you do is just start with a small circle, an oval shape, and then you just add 4 petals. You want them kind of facing downwards. It's okay if they're not perfect, they're not perfectly even, anything like that. I can tell you mine won't be. So I just do usually about 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my Blackeyed Susan, and then I just am going to add a stem, and he's ready to go. So our next flower that we're going to be working on today is a tulip. You know spring has sprung when you see the tulips around, and I think spring is a hopeful time, so I like to see the tulips. So to make a tulip, it's really simple. You're going to make a U shape, and then you're going to start at the top of one side and bring it down to about halfway through the other line, right about there. Then you're going to take the top of that line and bring it about halfway to that one. So I curve it a little bit. I don't make it a straight line, but if you want to do that, you can do it that way too. And then you're going to make a little rainbow over top. So you do 1, 2, just for a little razzle dazzle, and then your stem. And that's how I draw a doodle tulip. So our next one reminds me of a grape hyacinth. It's got lots of tiny little baubles on it, like baby grapes. So the way that I do this is I just start with the stem first, and then I'm doing lots of teeny tiny circles, kind of to form a triangle or a cone shape. But you want to keep it loose. Don't do rows and rows of circles that are perfectly neat. but try to make it a little bit messy. So keep your circles clean, but put them a little out of order. So I'm going to see if I can do this without covering it up too much. So I start with maybe 3 or 4 at the bottom, and then you just wander your way up. So again, you don't want it to be exactly perfect, but it is really relaxing to just keep drawing your teeny tiny little circles. And the fun thing about this flower to me is that as you work on it, if you don't like the shape, you can just add a couple more in a different place to change the way that the shape looks until you have something that you are happy with. So I'm going to stop there, but I really like drawing this grape hyacinth, and I hope that you do too. So my next 2 flowers, I have no idea what they are. They might look like a real life flower, and they might just be a flower from my own imagination. So if you know what they look like or have an idea what this flower might be, feel free to let us know when we pick up, or when we drop off your meals, or when you come to pick them up, or feel free to give us a call. So this is my next flower. Like I said, I have no idea what it really is, but it's really fun and easy to draw. So for this one, I do start with a stem, and then I draw a couple kind of branches off, like this. So the actual flower itself is super easy. All you do is a U shape and then a letter O shape connecting the top. And so then you just keep adding them along each of the stems. And you get this pretty kind of effect. So again, if you know what this flower might be, let me know. So our next mystery flower is this little guy. I really enjoy drawing him. Don't know what it might be. So I again start with the stem, and then what I do for this one is 3 petals. You want to make them kind of long and skinny and kind of all going upwards. So I do 1, 2, 3, and kind of that tulip shape. And then between each petal, I'm going to draw 2 more petals. 1, 2. And I want to make those kind of tall, because we're going to do 1 more petal in the middle here, like this. So I really like how this one looks. If you want to make the petals wide, or you want to add more, that makes a really pretty flower too. So this is the basic idea, is that you're kind of doing a pyramid. You're doing 3, 2, 1, and then what I like to do, and you can if you want, is go back and add a little detail. So below each petal, just kind of follow that line, and you're adding just a little swoop. And that's how I do this one. Final flower for today is a real flower, and it's a very cartoony, simple design of a dandelion. So I like the dandelion because it is super easy and fun to do, and when you do lots of them, it has a really pretty kind of whimsical effect. So all you do is start with your stem, and then you're going to just do lots of crisscrosses. So you want to make sure that all of your lines do go through the stem and make that intersection there. And you can do some short and some long, vary the length, or if you want to keep them all the same, you can do it that way too. So after you have your lines filled in the way that you would like, you're just going to go back and add little dots to the end of each line, kind of like little baubles. And there you have a dandelion. So this one's a little squat, but you can make them tall, you can make them perfectly round if you are about precision, however you want to draw your dandelion. So now that you have your 6 flower designs, I want to encourage you to put them together. So you can say, hey, I only really liked one of these flower designs. I'm going to use this one flower all over my page, or you can try using all of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on my whiteboard, just draw a square. So this square will be what I plan to do for my postcard. So I think on my postcard I want to write a little message, so I'll make sure I leave some space up at the top where I can write something. But then along the bottom, I'm gonna add my stems first, I think. So I'm just gonna add a couple here, maybe make a couple wavy. Maybe this will be my crazy unknown flower. Okay, so this one will be my crazy flower with my U's and O's. U's and O's. I think this one might be Tulip. So again, I just do my U and lines and my rainbow. My next flower, I put my crazy flower over here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. And then, oops, since this is dry erase marker, I'll make this stem a little bit shorter and turn it into, ooh, my Blackeyed Susan. Whoop, I think I need my stem centered a little differently. Let's try moving him. There we go, that's better. And then this guy can be, ooh, my grape hyacinth. Actually, I think I want him a little smaller. Down here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who am I missing? My dandelion. I just did that one too. Little bubbles. There we are. So then you can make your design any way you like, but feel free to put your flowers in a vase, make a field of flowers. You can even free them from their stems, like I did in my little dandelion one. We had a couple dandelions blown away. So get creative, use these simple designs, and enjoy making some art for yourself or for a friend.